Hello, everyone. Welcome along to Having to Roll. Today we are not doing our Land of Vampires that ended a couple of weeks ago. Today we are doing a brand new adventure, and well, I'm Oliver. I will be your player today for our one-on-one D&D game. With me is my storyteller and dungeon master, Robin. Hey, Robin. Do we have a few announcements at all this week?
Fridays for Oliver's gaming stream. And recently, whenever Oliver feels like gaming, so we've been on a roll recently, I think. So yeah. As well as catching us here, we are also available on all other forms of social media. All the information is in the About section here on our Twitch page. It has recently been updated to include everything. And we also have a growing Discord community, which we would love for you all to come and be part of.
Thank you very much, Robin. I apologize you were muted at the start of that announcements, but you got most of the information across. So it's fine.
It's okay. My starts are always pretty shit. So.
Takes you a while to get into it. So, I don't know what's happening because I'm the player, so I'll let you.
Oh no, I need to do this part.
Yeah, I'll pass it. I'll pass it off to you then.
Of course. Well, today we start in the town of Riverfrost. Riverfrost is a town split into 3 different aesthetics. A thriving farming community, which is bordered by the nearby woodland area. A beautiful docklands community, which is filled with taverns and guest houses and lots of active nightlife. And also the main headquarters for the Rangers of the Frost, which is the adventuring group that covers the lands in this area. Today, our adventurer will be traveling into Riverfrost via land. The first thing that you will do is you'll be traveling through the woodland south of Riverfrost. You've been traveling for a time now, most likely feeling rather tired as you enter into the farming area of Riverfrost. It is roughly midday at the minute, so as you leave the woods, you're surrounded by many people out tending to their crops, looking after their livestock, and there is a buzz in the air, a buzz that you've not experienced in quite a while. Rex, would you like to describe yourself?
Okay, Rex is a human male. He'll be in his he has the look of someone in his kind of mid to late 40s. He has a good bit of kind of scruffy, brownish, almost reddish beard and kind of a little bit unkempt hair, like bedhead style thing. He has on a very old-looking trench coat that has many pockets that seem to have either been kind of ripped off or they're kind of half hanging on. He also is carrying what looks like a quarterstaff that he seems to be using as a walking stick. He doesn't really have that much of a noticeable limp, but he looks that kind of tired and worn that you might think he might need to lean on it a little bit. He also carries a very basic looking wooden shield as well over his shoulder, which is strapped underneath his travel backpack. And that's Rex.
Excellent. Well, Rex, as you start to walk through the farming community using your staff, as a bit of an aid. You see many people out going by their day. This is somewhere that you do recognize. You've been here before, and as you have previously done work along with the Rangers of the Frost, you will know exactly where they are stationed currently. The world is yours. Where do you wish to head first?
I'll kind of look at what's the entrance like to Riverfrost? Does it just like go from farms and that into the city, or is there a obvious main gate into the inner part of the city?
Yes, as you leave the woodland area and you're in the farming area, you will see ahead of you a stone bridge. You know, the stone bridge takes you straight to the capital, which is known as the Elven Quarter. The bridge has 2 guards standing either side of it, but they don't seem to be stopping anyone as people freely travel over the bridge.
Okay. Rex will get out from one of his pockets, from inside his trench coat, he will bring out a little talisman that has a dragon, like a dragon in a circular form, put on it, and he'll take a deep breath and walk into the city. The first thing I'd like to do is maybe go straight for the tavern, somewhere to stay.
Ah, yes, of course.
So would I know where best to go?
Yes. Being here before, you will know all too well. There are many taverns within the area. You know that they are all situated over in the Docklands. So, if you wish, you can head over towards the docks. To get to the docks, you simply need to go over the bridge adjacent to the one that would take you to the Elven Quarter. There, you can head over and you can make your way towards the taverns. Would you like to head there just now?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would probably make a bit. What if I had been here before in my past life? Would I know which one would be the one that would bring the least attention?
Ah, okay. So there are a couple of taverns and inns within the area. You have your more popular ones. The main one that everybody would go to is the Clam and Pearl. The Clam and Pearl, you know, is popular mainly because it's so large. It used to be a large 3-masted ship that has been converted into a tavern. You know that this tavern has many rooms available, but it does tend to attract a lot of people. If you're looking for somewhere more quiet, there are a couple of small inns within the dock area that you can have a wander towards.
Yeah, it's kind of midday, isn't it? So
yeah.
I will. You know what I would like to do then? I would like to go find one of the more quieter ones, and if I know of one, I want to try and avoid asking directions.
Got it. Okay.
I'll go to one that I know.
That's fine. So if you want to go to your more sort of quieter ones, you will know that the Flying Fish was always a quieter tavern, mainly because it didn't have quite as much activity as your larger taverns within the nightlife. So you can head over there. Heading over to sorry, here we go. So as you leave the farming area, you head across the bridge over towards the main fishing area. The streets are cobbled but very clean. You notice that the place is being kept very, very well kept, basically. The cobbled streets are free from any falling leaves, although the time of year, usually you would see a lot of foliage around. As you head down the roads, the familiar feeling of salt air filling your lungs hits you. Around, you see many people out within the market area selling their wares. You may want to hide your face slightly as you're walking past them all, knowing that this is the more direct route to the inn that you want to go to.
Yeah.
You pass a familiar magic item shop that you once visited. And you may also be filled with memories of a more happier time when you were here before with a former friend. But you can make your way quite easily to the Flying Fish. As you reach the tavern, the Flying Fish, it's quite a quaint little place. A wooden fish. You can be seen carved onto a sign outside the door. As you go to push the door open, do you head inside?
Yeah, I'll just head in.
Excellent. You can push the door open and you can head inside. The tavern is quiet. It is midday, but it is very, very quiet within the tavern. You see a couple.
Have I been in here before?
You have been in here before, yes.
Okay, so I'll know what's good. I'll head over to the bar. If there's a bar, I'm assuming.
Yes. So as you head in, you can head straight up to the bar. There's a couple of patrons sitting in the corner having a drink. It's very quiet. And there's one man standing behind the bar, cleaning off a glass.
Do I recognize him?
Do me a history check?
History check? Question mark?
History check.
There's a 15.
15. Yes, you certainly do know him.
Also, it's quite cool because I can get the sound effects from the D&D Beyond, so all the audio listeners.
I thought I just heard that. Yeah, it's really cool.
You'll actually be able to hear me roll it on D&D Beyond.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's the new treasure set. They're really awesome.
Nice. As you head in, then you can head up and you see the man behind the bar. See him as a human man, and you know him as Tagfar. You will remember Tagfar mainly from wandering in this tavern many years ago.
I'll give him a little nod. Hey, can I get a whiskey and a room if you have one?
He puts his glass down, heads over to you. I recognize you. Aren't you that... I know who you are. Rex, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Rex.
Not seen you in a long time.
No, it's been too long.
It has. How long has it been? He's saying this as he's pouring you your whiskey. He seems to grab the whiskey that you previously have ordered. He clearly has a good memory for people's orders.
Feels like a lifetime.
Well, here's a whiskey for you. He hands it over to you. I do have some rooms. Let me just see, and I'll get you see what I've got. I have a twin room available and a single room. What can I get for you?
Are they both on the ground floor?
Yes, both on the ground floor.
Yeah, just as long as they both have windows, just either.
Single. Single is a bit quieter. It's towards the back.
I'll put some money down for the whiskey.
No. He slides the money back to you. I remember when you were here before. And to see you here without Tharavel, we all feel the pain. This is on us.
Thank you.
He sort of gives you a nod.
And I'll put another gold down and be like, just push it forward for the room at least.
Of course. Yeah. So, what brings you back to Riverfrost after all this time?
I would like to say unfinished business, but I don't like using the term business these days.
So you're not still out working, and
No, you don't have
you
to.
were.
You don't have to. You don't have to keep your eyes peeled for me. I'm not in that business anymore.
Just checking. Well, if there's anything I can do for you, you just let me know.
It's fine. I might get an early night. I've got a few people to see in the morning.
Of course. Well, if you want some lunch or anything, you just say. If you want dinner brought up later, I can get the cook right on it.
Yeah, I'd like that. Do you mind if I go to the room now?
Of course not. And he gets you out a key. It's a pretty sort of old-looking key with a piece of rope attached to it, and he'll hand that over to you. And he'll point to the back. You'll remember where the rooms are in here.
Thanks. I take the key. I'll head up to the room. I know it's like still midday. I'll head to the room, and I want to just like look out the window, and I want to just get a general sense of what things are like in the city.
Of course. Why don't you do me a perception check?
It was a 5.
Okay. Looking around, yeah, it looks pretty similar to what it looks like before. You don't really recognize anyone looking out the window. You see people just tending to their day, really. Because you're in that sort of quieter room at the back, you don't really have much of a view either here. The only thing you will notice, you'll notice a couple of unusual looking plants. Even with that low perception, you will notice them, and you will remember that you did not see anything like these before. They are almost fluorescent looking color, as if they were lit up, even though it's the middle of the day. It will definitely strike as a bit odd.
Have I seen them anywhere else in my travels?
Do me a nature or a history check.
Looks bad.
Okay.
That is a 1.
No, you've not. Not to your memory. Although at this point you have been traveling quite a while. You're a bit tired. No, you don't think you've seen these before.
Okay. I'll stay up here for a time. I'll sit down and I'll do some kind of personal reflection, and I want to kind of wait until there's a bit more hustle and bustle in the bar, and then I'll go out and grab something to eat.
Of course.
In the dining room.
Of course. So as you are there, possibly reminded of a time that feels like a long time ago. Maybe remembering when you were here before with different friends and possibly looking at the emblem that you held to yourself as you walked into the town. The hours start to tick by and the noise level starts to raise a bit outside. You know that this town is visited by all sorts from all different areas. You will remember that many of the taverns and establishments in the area attract performers. They attract people wanting to come and show off and to meet new people. There's always a steady flow of new faces in the area. So as it starts to get a bit noisier, you will hear in the actual tavern that you're in the Flying Fish, you hear the sound of chairs getting pulled out, of people chatting, singing, moving around, getting drinks and so on.
Okay, I'll spend the night what I'll probably do is have a few drinks, and when I hear, I can't help but try and listen in to people's conversations, and then when I realise that what I'm doing, I'm just going to retire early for the night, and I'm going to aim to get up early.
Okay. Would you like to try to listen to some of the conversations while you're there? Yes.
I feel like that's what I would do, but I want to do it like reluctantly, basically. And yeah, if I catch myself doing it, then I'm like, oh, this is the old me sitting and gathering information.
Tell you what, then, with Rex's background and everything like that, the fact that is what he would sort of automatically do, but you're trying not to do it. Why don't you do a perception check with disadvantage and see if any bits of information do slip through the cracks?
It was a 5.
Okay. So as you're sitting there at the bar, you will notice that many people are having these conversations around you. Every so often, you start to do that thing that you would once have done to gather information. You go quiet and you listen, and then you keep catching yourself to try and stop yourself from taking any of the information. A few bits that do seem to slip in is that you notice people speaking about someone. The name Arlo the Wizard, keeps coming into conversation.
Is that a name I recognize?
I'm going to ask you as a DM here because I don't know. I keep saying history. Would that be a history check?
Yeah. It all depends on how. If it's a name that you think that would have been mentioned, or whether you think it was something that I would know. It could be intelligence, could be history. But if I've just something to remember, then you could do a history. Or if it's a historical figure, then it would be a history check.
No. Let's just do an intelligence check for this one.
Okay. That's a 6.
6. No. You have never heard. You've never heard of this name before. You do not know of any wizard named Arlo. The name is mentioned a couple of times, and you catch 2 sentences, just 2 quick little sentences before you stop yourself from listening any further. You hear an older woman sitting there with her friend. Well, Arlo and I, we go way back. I remember talking to him when the docks didn't even have a market. And that sort of trails out. You hear another woman walking past you. Well, the glowing plants make everything much brighter in the evening, don't you think? That Arlo never ceases to amaze me. And this point, like you said, you stop yourself from listening any further. Did you want to head straight back to your room now?
Yeah, I'll just go straight back to bed.
As you stand up and start to head to your room, Telgfar will sort of catch your eye and nod. He knows you, and he will not make any scene as you are trying to quietly head back to your room to retire for the evening. You're at your room. You can lock the door behind you, and you're there with your thoughts. Is there anything else you want to do before?
No, I'm going to try and get some rest and be up early.
Nice, of course. Well, you certainly can. Although there's a lot of noise and hustle bustle going around in the area, you've had a lot of traveling. You are tired, and sleep hits you pretty quickly. The evening passes, and early in the morning, you can rise. It's still slightly dark outside. The sun's only just starting to rise. You can get up and you can head out if you wish.
Yeah, I slept in my clothes and everything else I had on me. It's a habit hard to shake, so I will get up and I will head straight for the Rangers of the Frost headquarters.
Of course. So, yes.
How busy is it? And also, if it's, is the sun up yet?
As you head out, the sun isn't quite up yet, but that beautiful glow is starting to raise in front of you. It's quiet, but it is a fishing town. So you will notice a couple of people just getting ready to head out on their various different styles of fishing boats. The streets are very quiet. The only person out selling is one younger boy, and you see him sitting, heating up some water as he makes some coffee.
I'll stop as I smell the coffee.
As you stop,
I'll head over to him.
of course, as you head over to him, the smell of coffee is very inviting. He's sitting there and he's grinding it all himself, looking extremely eager. He looks only maybe 15 or 16. He'll look up at you. Oh, hi, sir. Can I offer you some coffee?
How much for a cup?
Just a copper, just one copper.
Well, I'll give you a silver for 1 cup if you do one thing for me. Anything,
sir, anything. And he starts pouring you your coffee.
I'll lean down and I'll empty the cup that he just gave me, and I'll put the pot back on the fire. We need to bring it to a rolling boil, otherwise it'll be too bitter.
Of course, sir, of course. And he's eagerly watching you, like he's eagerly
And I'll just
learn
not look at him, just like go into a full process of making coffee like I used to when I was out on the road.
He watches you in complete amazement and awe as he tries to mimic the actions that you're doing.
Yeah, taste this.
Oh, of course. And he goes to taste it. Wow.
See the difference?
That's what it's meant to taste like. That's much better. I could charge 2 coppers for this.
You should. And I'll take my coffee and leave.
He is still looking at you as you walk away, and then he's going back over to the pot, and he's watching it and trying to do exactly as you were doing before, as he goes out to start pouring more cups of coffee, and you can hear him in the distance being like, well, that'll be 3 coppers, please. As you walk away.
I crack a little smile. I'm walking away. As I'm doing that, can I spot one of these crazy plants?
You don't need to do a perception check here. They're glowing plants. Yes, you can spot them.
Yeah, can I have a little not like a total like jump in the bushes like a mad dog type thing, just see if I can get close enough and see if do they look like they'd be dangerous to touch at all, or
okay, I want you to either do an Arcana or a Nature check for these.
we might have to sort out this intelligence modifier for a single player game. Did you say Nature or Arcana?
If you're trying to determine,
Can I argue investigation?
you certainly can. Go for it. Do an investigation.
19.
Yeah, you don't know what they are. You're looking at them, and as you look, you have never seen something like this before. You're pretty sure they're not dangerous, simply because as you do investigate, you notice various other life forms, insects and so on, crawling on them and seeming pretty much unharmed. You do realize that these are magical, but they are not fitting in with the actual scene that you were in. You know there is magic in the area. Most of the magic mainly comes from the Elven Quarter in the capital, where there's a very heavy Fey influence there. But this magic is different from that. It's something that you haven't quite seen. You do notice yourself feeling calm. A feeling of calm that you may have not felt much for a while. You feel calm, you feel content as you're sitting very close to the plant.
I'll leave the plant alone and keep heading to my destination.
Of course, as you make your way to the Elven Quarter, you walk the same route that you had walked the previous day. Although everything is quiet, it doesn't take too long for you to reach the farming area. More people are out in the farming area. They are all quite clearly early risers. You can head through there completely undisturbed. The bridge over to the main capital is currently unguarded. As you head over there, it's starting to get a bit brighter outside. You can hear a bit of noise from within the quarters. You will know that the headquarters never really rest. There's always something going on there. You cross the bridge over into the Elven Quarters. The Elven Quarters displays beautiful colours that glisten beneath the floating stones above. The scent of rose petals fills the air, and a feeling of calm sets in. Venturing forth, you enter through the stone archway. Do you wish to go inside?
Yeah, I'll just walk straight through. I'll probably look a little bit out of place in this area, but
inside the quarters, the surroundings flourish with plant life, as if you were still outside. A half-elven woman in her older years can be seen sitting behind a beautiful oak-carved desk. You will know that this is where most visitors would go to first to book appointments, to see different people and so on. Do you wish to approach her, or do you wish to do anything else first?
No, I'll just walk straight up to her. Hello, good morning.
Hello there. The woman appears to be in her older years. Her greying hair neatly tied in a bun behind the back of her head. She wears long, deep red robes, and you recognize the clasp that holds these robes together to be the sigil of the Rangers of the Frost. And how may I help you?
I need to see. Would it be like the commander, Lord Commander?
Commander, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to see the commander. I have something for him.
Yes, of course. And she takes out some papers and things like that. Okay. What was your name?
Rex.
Rex. And then she slowly looks up at you. And she just smiles very sweetly, softly. Rex, my dear, of course. The commander will be able to see you very soon. If you wouldn't mind, if you go take a seat over there. She points towards the sofa in front of the fireplace. He will be here as soon as he can.
Sure. I'll turn around and kind of half limp over to the couch, and I'll sit down.
You've been here before. You've been here many times, actually. Whenever you had to do any work with the Rangers, you would come here first. I want you to do a perception check with advantage.
Perception. Oh, that's an 8.
Oh.
You might be able to hear my natural 1 dice growling at me as well. A little mimic comes out the dice and like attacks you when you roll a 1. So.
Oh dear, that's adorable. But an 8.
An 8 with advantage, yes.
As you look around, everything looks pretty much how you remember it. There isn't anything really that eye-catching to you. Apart from the addition of these glowing plants. Although in here, they're in the form of vines coming down the wall. They look like they fit in with the sort of Fey aesthetic that's going on, but you know that they have not been here long. Is there anything you'd like to do while you are waiting for the commander?
No, I'm just going to sit here awkwardly, like a sore thumb, and wait.
A few seconds go by, and the door behind you will open. And this is when the commander steps out. Now, you know who the commander is. You have met him before. This is Norwin Lionfist.
Norwin,
yes. He will come out of the door and look around and spot you. Human man. He is about ages with yourself. You notice that you might be aging a little bit better than he is, as you see the heavy graying coming down the side of his face into his once deep brown beard. He stands tall, pushing himself up, and looks over to you. Rex, Rex, my boy, I have not seen you in so long. Come into the office.
Sure.
And he heads in ahead of you.
I use my stick to stand up, and I head in.
Entering his office, it is as you remember it. Norman's office is a little bit different than most offices would be. It has the same aesthetic as the rest of this quarter, where you've got these lovely plants around the place, beautiful desk, wonderful setup. But then he has his shooting range right next to it. You see the crossbow, the bolts, and the target in the distance, where you know he spends most of his time. But he will head behind his desk and he'll gesture towards a seat in front for you to sit down. Rex, I was wondering when I would see you again, my boy. It has been a long time coming.
Well, yeah, probably should have been here a lot sooner. And I guess you know why I'm here. Even the innkeepers know. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that news has got back. It has been some time.
It has.
But,
almost a year passed.
Well, I didn't really have much from him, but and I'll go in and I'll grab. I'm assuming they had like is it a badge or a shield or something for the Rangers?
Yes, they had a coin.
The coin, that was it. So I'll take out Tharaville's coin and I'll put it on the table.
I've heard stories about what's happened. But Rex, I want you to tell me. Last I saw you in Tharaville, you were heading off out to help people.
Oh.
You were heading out, and I thought I would see you both again. What happened?
I'll look at the. I'll have like a look at the shooting range, and I'll look at the crossbow. We didn't help people. That's what happened. Turns out, I was only ever helping one person. They're not my problem anymore. I think Tharaville should have stayed with the Rangers. Because he wouldn't have to pay for people's greed and other people's ambition and arrogance. Anyway, that's all I have of his. That's just in case you needed any closure on him not... Well, he's not coming back. I can confirm it.
I don't believe that you traveled all the way back here to give me a coin. If you want to do something, there's always a position here for you.
Those days of working for money, the arrow for hire is no more, I'm afraid.
Well, I don't need closure, but Tharaville's family do. I am happy to pass this on to them.
No, it's something I need to do.
Good choice. Do you know where his family reside?
No. Well, you know what it was like working for him. The least we know, the better. about each other's personal lives in that line of work.
Precisely. Well, it's not here anymore, and I know I can rely on you. He has a wife and a son over in the farming settlement. You take these to her. I know she will appreciate it. And he grabs a piece of paper and he draws a rough sort of map. It's very badly drawn, but having been in the farming settlement, you can.
This stick figure's me. This little stick figure's you. This is a farm. This is a cow. And
but basically, he's like, you can see he's started to draw this map, and then he's gone to forget, and he started to just write the word farm over the front of it. Passes it over. Rex, I hope you choose to stay a while. I know it's been hard. Someone of your talents, of your skills. There's still people out there that need help.
yeah, well, I can't help people unless I know who I am. I can't even help myself.
Fair enough. Well,
Anyway.
don't leave without saying goodbye this time.
No, I would normally do that. I don't even know what I would do now. I'll stand up.
Speak to his wife. Maybe she can help guide you a bit.
Mm-hmm. I'll head to the door. Oh, Norwin.
Yes.
What's with the plants?
What plants?
The glowing ones. I'll point. If there's one in the office, I'll point to it. If not, then...
Oh. Yeah, it's just Arlo's latest thing he's been putting around the place. Makes it all nice and light.
Who's... And I'll stop myself, and then I'll walk out the door. I'll follow the map for the...
As you head out, you head past the woman at the front desk who barely even looks up. She's quite clearly trying to sort out all of Norwin's paperwork. And you can head out the main door, and as you stand looking out over all the beautiful, colourful plant life, looking at the map, looking out. You got no idea where this map's pointing you to, but you know where the farming bit is.
Yeah.
So you can head straight down to the farming area now.
Yeah, I'll head straight there. My analog notes. Woo. Yeah, I'm doing good at note taking. I've written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. Look at me.
So heading towards the farming area, following Norman's directions. You leave a scent of rose petals as the fresh smell of cut hay and tomato vines fills the air. Many people are now out properly tending to their crops and their livestock. You can see small children climbing up onto the hay bales and sliding off, only to do it again and again. You also see a couple of older teenagers out practicing. They have swords and shields, and they are practicing against these straw dummies that are set up. You can head past them and follow directions. Is there anything you'd like to do first?
No, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna do my usual, keep my head down, not interfere too much.
Of course. You can head down, and eventually, as you follow the map as well as you can, you come across the house that you believe to be the one of your dear gone friend, Tharavel, heading up to the door. The scent of freshly baked bread is coming from the window next to it.
Baked bread. Damn, I'm gonna ruin her life. Right. I go up to knock on the door.
As you knock, a human woman opens the door. Her mousy brown hair framing her pale face, wearing an apron and a little bit covered in splashes of flour. She looks at you and her face drops. Rex, I wondered.
Oh, sorry, I should have come sooner.
It's okay, you came. Why don't you come inside?
I don't want to intrude, and I'll kind of half look behind her. I don't need to come in. I don't want to intrude.
No, I insist.
Okay.
And she steps back and she ushers you inside. Please, take a seat.
Sure.
She disappears into the kitchen. She ignores any attempt of you to try and get back out.
I'll sit down awkwardly for the second time this day.
Okay. Looking around, you see family paintings depicting your friend, his wife, and their son. She comes back through and sits down. You're right. You should have come sooner. But you are here now. But please, I beg of you. I have heard many tales and many stories. Please. Tharavel. Was it quick? When he went, did he suffer?
No, he wouldn't have suffered. And you know the type of work that we used to do for him, and it wasn't always the most ethical of work, but we were good at it. I'm not going to assume what you thought of Tharavel and our work, but if it makes you feel better, he died trying to save people.
That does make me feel better. Edgard is out there now, practicing against that straw dummy. He wants to be a hero like his father. He doesn't know the work that his father did. He knows his father is a hero, and to us, he was. To know that he truly died a hero means I can honestly tell Edgard that. I just know that the day is coming soon where he too wants to follow in his father's footsteps.
Well, if he wants to join the Rangers, then tell him to stay with them.
He is a teenage boy. He does not listen to his mother. No, he would listen to his father, and that's it. He wants to go off and adventure elsewhere. I told him, he should go to speak to Norwin, and that way he could maybe get a nice safe job here. Maybe squire for someone. I lost my husband. my best friend. I cannot lose my son as well.
I understand.
Coming here must have been very difficult for you. But I'm going to ask you to do something else. If you would. Speak to Edgard. Convince him that working here for Norwin is far, far better than to go off out into the world himself. That there are bad people out there, and this is what his father would want, and you know that because you are his father's closest friend. Please.
I can try and talk to him. I'm not that great with kids.
Everybody thinks they're not that great with kids. The funny thing is that people who say they're not great with kids tend to actually be the ones that the kids listen to. That's why it's also shit. But that would be great if you could, please. Thank you. Thank you for coming here. And
I brought you something of his. I'm sorry, it's the only thing that he had on him that was personal. And I'll take out the symbol of Bahamut. And I looked out. It's because of Tharavel and this, even though it should go to you. It's why I went to the temple of Bahamut.
she reaches out her hand and takes the symbol. You see a tear starting to come down her face. Though she smiles. You know, it was me who told him all about Hamlet. It was me who encouraged him. I knew that he would find himself there, and he did. The fact that this has brought you even the slightest bit of comfort warms me. Thank you. And she holds it close to herself.
I'll go to stand up.
Are you? And she stands up, and she goes to put her hand out to help you.
I kind of put my hand out, not to push her away, but just to say, I'm okay, I'm fine.
Of course. Are you staying for a time? In Riverfrost?
I hadn't planned on just heading back across country, back to the temple. They keep me busy there.
You should stay for a time, if you could. She kind of looks to the side a bit. Could you do me a insight check?
Insight. That's a 19.
Nice.
Yay.
She's keeping something from you. You can see that she looks quite distraught over something. She's not being completely honest with you.
It's funny, the second person to say that to me today. Is there something you need help with? Although I've hung up my old life, the Platinum Dragon, well, the teachings that I have been given, the life that I'm trying to lead now, aim me to helping people. So, if I can help you, you would be helping me.
Not just me, but everyone. I can't say too much, but stay this evening. over at the docks. Stay, where are you staying?
I'm staying at the where am I staying?
Flying Fish.
The Flying. I'm staying at the Flying Fish.
The Flying Fish. Stay this evening. Relax, enjoy yourself. I will get word to someone. If you could speak to someone who's not me, I can't tell you.
Okay.
Someone will come to find you tomorrow. Please. If you truly want to help people, please don't go running off. And but yes, it was lovely to see you, and it was wonderful that you came all this way.
Sure.
Here, why don't I help you to the door? Would you like some bread?
No bread. It's, you know what? You know what? I would like some bread.
Of course. And she will rush through to the kitchen.
I'll have a look around. I'll have a look at the window. Can I see any of these fucking plants like nearby?
Do me a perception with advantage, because these are kind of obvious plants, but you want to make sure they're not nearby.
It's a 14.
Okay. There is none inside the house at all. You see none of them. As you look out the window, you see a couple of them in the farming area. They glow quite a bit. But you will notice outside her own house, something has recently been dug up from there. Something's been removed. You're in a farming area filled with people who know what they're doing when it comes to planting and things. This has been done hurriedly, in a bit of a mess.
Okay.
Looking further, you can see that there are plants outside the other people's doors, but none outside this door. As you're looking around, you hear the sound of her coming back from the kitchen. Okay, here you go. And please stay this evening, and I will get word to you.
Thank you. Take care. Okay.
You too, Vix. And she pushes the door open. And as you step outside, you can see a bit more clearly these plants that are outside everyone's houses. Everyone just going by their normal day, looking quite happy. And you do notice the messy soil covering the outside of her door, of the steps outside her door, where clearly something's been dug up and removed recently.
Can I have a look at the hole that was left?
Yeah, sure. Do an investigation.
Okay. 15.
15, yeah. And looking at it, you're out traveling all the time. You know what it looks like when something's been like unrooted, if you like. So something has clearly been like pulled out of here pretty recently, maybe the last couple of days.
Okay. Can I see the kid?
Yes. As you look ahead, you see one boy out practicing. You see a half-elven boy. And he looks around. And as you see his face, you know without a doubt, this is your friend's son. Spitting image of the person you'd once spent so much time with. And at that, I think we should take a break.
Oh, take a break. Oh, no. Awesome. Take a break there. Thank you everyone for joining us so far. Thank you everyone who's popped into the chat to say hey. We're going to take a 10-minute break and we'll be back after that. So take care everyone.
See you in a bit.
See you soon. Hello and welcome back. We're back. We've got our stuff. Robin, I'll pass it back over to you because I'm hosting,
Awesome.
but you're in charge.
Oh, I'm in chat. Hello everyone. So before the break, our wonderful adventurer Rex had returned to the town of Riverfrost. He had spent his first night there, trying to avoid many people and trying to keep himself to himself. It was discovered throughout that his friend, his old traveling companion, had passed away, and he is returning to Riverfrost to return his friend's items to his loved ones and to maybe do something different with his life. Although Rex being Rex, he cannot help himself from listening in to bits of conversation, and without realizing it, he seems to have found himself there to help people once more. Let's find out what he's going to do with this information as we continue. So, Rex, you have just laid eyes on the teenage boy whom you believe to be the son of your dear lost friend, Tharavel. The boy looks over to you, his half-elven features nice and clear, as he is wearing quite a lot of armor for someone who is just practicing against a straw dummy.
What is he practicing?
He has a single sword. It is a short sword that he has got, and he is trying his hardest to hit out at this straw dummy. You can tell that he is only practiced against inanimate objects so far. He goes back to swinging his sword around, ignoring you from behind. What do you wish to do?
I'll look at him. I'll approach, not sneakily, but I'll make sure that he knows that I'm there. You shouldn't cross your legs.
He looks over at you. Sorry, my what?
When you're moving around your enemy, don't cross your legs.
And he looks down at his feet, and he goes forward to attack, still looking down at his feet, trying not to cross them. Oh.
If you need to move, put your feet together in the center, and then move off it. And then you can use it with the attack watch. And I'll do a little movement with my quarterstaff. So I'll move my back rear foot forward at the same time as I swing my weapon. See how much reach you get there? You close your distance between you and your enemy, and you're also attacking.
He mirrors your actions. And he goes for it again with the dummy, looking a lot more controlled this time. Thank you very much. I haven't had anyone to train with for a long time.
That's okay. There'll be people. You want to be a ranger?
I want to be like my father. My father, he was a hero.
Yeah.
And he was strong, and he could kill anyone. And he used to go out and he used to do lots of things and help people. And I'm going to go out just like him, and I'm going to do what he did.
It's a good thing to aim for.
My name's Edgard. And he stands straight and he goes to put his hand out to like really try and give you a proper handshake.
I hesitate slightly, but then I take his hand and shake it.
You can feel that he's trying to like squeeze your hand and trying to do like a firm handshake, but you can also tell that he's probably no idea what he's doing. What is your name?
You know, if you ask around, there's a lot of kids your age that want to be in the Rangers. I'm sure you can find some people to train with. Even if you didn't want to be a ranger, you know?
But to train there, you've got to be with the rangers. I don't want to be a ranger. My dad was a ranger, and then he wasn't. I don't want to be a ranger.
What I'm saying is there's kids that can't be rangers yet, but that doesn't stop them practicing. You're practicing, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, maybe you should make some friends. It doesn't matter if you don't want to be a ranger. But at least it gives you some experience.
I guess.
And hey, you don't have to be a ranger forever. You do your time and then do what you want from there.
Do a persuasion roll. Let's get some charisma in here.
That's good because I'm high in charisma. 24!
He looks at you again and starts to properly make eye contact with you. You can see that he's actually maybe taking you in a little bit more now. Although you may appear middle-aged and a little bit beaten, it is clear that you are still a capable adventurer. He takes in any scars that he sees on you and he looks at your clothing. Oh, well, maybe I didn't think about that. Maybe I could. I know my mom's worried. Maybe I could, I don't know, go and train with people. I need to be the best. I need to be like my dad.
Yeah, you keep training. If you need any, I'll rummage through my jacket pocket, and I'll go through several of them, and I'll bring out a half-broken arrowhead. If you ever need any help, just give this to, well, give this to the Rangers of the Frost and no one else, and they'll help you.
He reaches out to take it and he examines it for a second. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I hope that when I do get to go and fight and protect people, I hope I have someone like you with me. And he gets the arrow and he puts it into the side of his armor, just slipping it down and tying it in place. Thank you, sir. He looks away from you and he looks back at the dummy. He takes a few steps back and you see him perfectly performing the stance that you taught him a few seconds ago.
As he, when he says, yeah, I hope to have someone like you fighting behind my side, I will turn to walk away and I'll say under my breath, and I'll just, so he can't hear, but to myself, just be careful what you hope for, kid. And I'll head off. I guess I'll head back to town.
Sure. So as you head back across the bridge and you're back with the familiar salt air again, everything's quite lively now. The market is thriving. You see many people running around and selling wares. You pass the magic shop on your way. You pass a couple of different establishments, and in the distance you can see two well-known establishments. You can see... Oh my gosh. Here we go. You can see
Look at
the
all this
Clam
stuff
and...
I can see.
You see the Clam and Farrell, the huge, once three-masted ship sitting there next to the Nymph's Rest, a very popular establishment. Everyone is out and looking quite joyous. What do you wish to do? It's now, I'd say, roughly midday at this point.
I'm going to head back to... you know what? No, I'm going to go into the Nymph's Rest and see what's happening in there.
Yeah, sure. As you head up towards the Nymph's Rest, you are then greeted by the familiar... Here we go. Familiar large wooden doors, and in beautiful golden letters on the front states the Nymph's Rest. You have been here before, definitely. Everyone's been here. The Nymph's Rest, you will know, is a rather peculiar establishment. It has a popular tea room, which looks very similar to the Elven Quarters, displaying a beautiful garden setting. A restaurant filled with live entertainment, mainly comedy acts and bards would come to perform. And later in the evening, upstairs, you know that there is a much more interesting establishment where exotic dancers will come and perform for patrons from all over. As you head inside, the main desk is there, and a lady behind the desk will smile and greet you as you come in. Ah, welcome, traveller.
Hi.
Where would you like to be seated today? We have some space in the tea room, in the restaurant. The bar is open in the restaurant currently as well.
Just a drink will be fine.
Of course. Just through the doors there.
Excellent.
And she will gesture towards the bar area.
Is there anything happening tonight? Any festivals? I'm new in town.
Oh, yes, of course. Tonight, actually, in the restaurant area, tonight we've got many bards coming to perform. Some comedians coming. It should be an interesting night in there.
What's the occasion?
Well, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a happy time, isn't it? It's just been very lovely around here recently.
Oh.
We thought we would invite some of our performers to come and liven the place up a bit. We have lots of new travelers coming in, and we want them to stay.
Has it been a good harvest year or something?
I would say so. It has been relatively good, and well, we just want as many people here as possible. It's good for business. It's good for the entire area.
Sure.
Please head through and please stay.
Thanks. I'm going to try and see if I can get a seat with the back against the wall so I can get a good look at the room.
You certainly can. As you head in, there is it's set up more as like a restaurant, with like a little sort of bar off to the side, more pub-like than bar-like, if that makes sense. So you head in, there's plenty of seats, plenty of round tables set up, and you can certainly head over to one of the corners. There's two corners that are free, one of them next to a window and one next to the wall. Which one would you prefer?
One next to the wall.
Got it. You head over there and sit down. Although it is light outside, the room is rather dimly lit, mainly candlelight over the tables with the drapes down over the windows. You see a couple of people setting up some instruments over on the stage area. Around you, there's a few people sitting having a drink. And there's a group of people playing some kind of dice-based game a few tables away from you. A woman will come over and take your order. Hello, what can I get you?
Just whiskey, please.
Whiskey. Would you like ice with that?
Sure.
Of course. She heads off, and she gets you whiskey with ice.
On the rocks.
She comes. She comes back and she puts the glass down. Would you like to open a tab?
Yeah, sure. It's. I guess I'll stay here a while.
Of course. And she heads back. And you can stay there. You can sit there and take it in for as long as you like. As you're sitting there, more people will slowly start to come in. A few people will start to perform. And the people playing the dice-based game carry on playing as more people go to join them. What would you like to do?
So this dice game, does it look, are they betting on it, or is it just seems to be a game?
As you look over, it is quite clear that they're betting on it. As the hours tick by and they're having a few more drinks, the sound from the table is quite obvious that they're betting. You can hear cheers, you can hear the sound of the coins hitting the table, and they all seem to be having quite a bit of fun.
I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna have a couple of drinks, and I'm going to listen out for anybody speaking about something happening tonight, or I want to see if I can hear the name Arlo again.
Of course. Do me a perception check.
14.
14. Yes. As you're sitting there, you can hear a couple of things. The conversation around that night is mainly focused on different performers. You hear a few people speak of exciting performers that are going to be on. And some performers you may have recognized from before. You know that the performers usually perform in the Clam and Pearl, but are here performing tonight instead. As you're listening out for the name Arlo, you hear the name mentioned a couple of times. Always in the same way. People will be speaking and talking about how great Arlo has been over the years. All the things that he has done for the people in the town. And how people could not imagine him not being there. It's all very positive.
If there's nothing else, go on. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I said if there's nothing else happening in here apart from the other ruckus, I might go bar hopping then.
Of course. You can go bar hopping. So, as you head out, the main place is the Clam and Pearl. That's the one that looks like a big ship. You've got the Flying Fish that you were at. Obviously, Nim's Rest. There's some smaller bars as well. What would you like to do?
Well, we'll go back to the Flying Fish for now, because it's what time of day do you think it would be now?
I would say maybe the equivalent of about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, sure. I'll go back to Flying Fish, and I'll go speak to Tothgar.
Yeah.
Tothgar. Have you already forgotten as well?
No, I wrote it down. Togfar.
Tothgar, yeah. Is it any busier in here?
As you head in, it is relatively busy. It is the same as it was the previous night when you came down to get something to eat. And pretty much the same people as well. This is the type of tavern where the regulars tend to come back to. And yeah, people are just, having fun, having a couple of drinks, most of the people that you're seeing around are people that look like they've been out fishing or been out at sea for the day and so on. That tends to be the regular group of people that you will see around.
Okay. I'll go up to, if Toklar's there, I'll go up to him.
Rex, good to see you.
Sure. I've got a couple of things. I need that room again tonight if you have it.
Of course, it's yours. Same one, single one at the end of the corridor?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Things aren't what they used to be, but I trust that you aren't telling everyone that I'm in town.
No, of course not.
It's not so much people knowing I'm in town, it's more my name getting passed around.
No, not mention it to anyone.
Good.
Unless, of course, they come to ask. You know how it is. The Rangers come to ask, you know I've got to tell them.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
not changed. But no one's come asking, so I've not done any telling.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, times have changed. Doesn't. Old habits die hard, though, you know?
See? I knew it wouldn't take you long to slip back into it. Go on then. And he takes out your whiskey and pours you a glass and just slides it over to you. What's happened?
That's the thing, nothing's happened. Seems to be a lot of people like this Arlo person.
Well, of course. What's not to like?
Who is he?
He's Arlo. He's a wizard. He's been here, gosh,
I mean, I'm kind of rusty in my investigation skills, but I've managed to piece together those two parts of information. What else can you tell me?
he looks confused a little bit. Well, he's I don't know what else to say, really.
Can I
I've known him
insight
for years.
Can I insight to see if he looks like he's
Yeah.
under some sort of weird influence?
Do an insight.
Crap, 8.
8. As you're looking at him, from what you can tell, he's being honest. He's known Arlo for years.
But not so much if he's being honest, but like, is he acting like that was a weird moment from him?
From what you can tell there, it seems pretty much himself from what you know of him.
Oh, okay.
You know he can be a little bit sly at times.
I'll press him a bit more then.
Yeah.
So, what does Arlo do in town?
Oh well, Arlo, he sorted out the lighting and everything. It's all nice and bright out there.
That's great.
Recently, though, he spends a lot of time, out. I think he's got he doesn't always stay in town. I think his place is out in the woods somewhere.
Great. I mean, for a seaside town, you would have thought the lamplighters and the oil merchants wouldn't be too happy with someone taking all their business, but everyone seems pretty happy.
I mean,
I'm just surprised I haven't heard of him before.
that surprises me as well. You were here for quite a while before, and he's been here for a long time. It's
How long?
as long as I can remember.
How long is that, my friend?
Oh, well, not asking me my age, are you?
I'm more asking if you can remember past the last 5 minutes. I know the stuff you drink is strong.
And he kind of nudges you a little bit. Well, I remember Arlo back when I was in my 20s, and we would head out together. He took me out on a boat once, actually. Weird thing for a wizard to do, but that's what I remember.
I see. So anyway, what's is there anything happening tonight?
Oh, just the usual. Reaching the end of the week, so there's quite a few performers about. Heard they've got a couple of people in at the Nymph tonight, and yeah, I think the Pearl's got a couple of new bards turning up. Just the usual.
Yeah. Great. Well, cheers.
Cheers. And he'll clink up to you and everything, and he'll kind of go back to his business a little bit there.
Okay. I'll this is weird, so I'm just gonna head out onto the street, and I'm going to just walk the streets late into the night, basically.
Of course.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You can do. As you walk the streets, and it's getting later at night at this point, and you see a few tipsy patrons of the bars heading home. Nothing overly out of the ordinary happens. You do catch sight of one person out performing. You see a bard, and she is outside performing, and she seems to have quite a crowd of people. Do you wish to head over?
Yeah, I'll go over and listen. Yeah.
Yeah. As you head over, sorry. So as you head over, you see this elven woman there performing away. She's not singing or anything. She's telling these stories and these tales of epic sea monsters and heroes that have been involved within slaying them. The clothes that she's wearing is not that of you would normally see a bard wearing. It's the type of clothes that you would expect a seasoned adventurer to be out wearing. She's clearly traveled and found these stories. She stands on the top of a wooden crate, wearing her embroidered leather tunic, a couple of knives strapped to her waist, as she very quietly plays the lute and tells these tales of heroes and monsters over the top of it. The excitement and passion in her voice as she does so. As she starts to come to the end of her story of these sharks that were not like sharks, but like huge monsters with rows of teeth going as back as the eye could see. And closes her set. A few people give a little clap, shut coins down, and start to disperse. She puts her lute back onto her back, and she leans down and picks up the coins, and she looks over to you, eyeing up the fact that you are in your adventuring gear. You are still in your adventuring gear, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't changed. Yeah.
So she eyes up and notices. Oh my gosh, are you an adventurer?
No, just a just a collector of things and a traveler. No adventures here.
A traveler is an adventurer to me. I bet you've seen something. My name's Rin. It's lovely to meet you.
Hey, Rin.
So, usually the people that are out this late watching me perform are a bit more drunk and not quite with it. You don't seem to be the same as the others around here.
Well, you don't know what I'm like sober, so I guess you don't have any reference.
That is good. I like that. I should use that. Anyway, where do you come from? Tell me your story. I love stories.
I quite like your story, actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Which part was your favorite?
Probably the most embellished parts, like the amount of teeth that thing had.
My stories are not embellished. Although I did change some of the details in it.
The entertainers I know, that's... If you're not embellishing, you're doing something wrong. Are you... Do you frequent these establishments here, usually?
Not for a while. I've actually just come back.
Oh.
I was away out at sea, and I've just come back.
Oh. Alright, how long have you been away?
Oh, for a couple of months, really. I only got back yesterday, so I just wanted to tell everybody my most recent story. I wasn't lying, though. These sharks, these teeth, it was absolutely crazy, and their mouths, they opened in a weird way. I didn't really know how to describe it well, so I thought I'd just say rows and rows of teeth, and that tends to scare people.
Yeah. People seem a bit undeterred by fear in Riverfrost, though, right?
They seem merry, if that's the right word.
Yeah.
They do seem quite merry.
What do you think the reason is for that?
I don't know. I mean, I've been to a lot of towns recently, and they're not all as merry as they are here. I mean,
Is that always
between
been
you
the
and
way?
me. Sorry?
Has that always been the way?
It's hard to tell. Like I said, I only got back yesterday.
So it's not changed that much then?
Well, the monsters that I speak about, they're real. Usually a lot of towns are a bit more frightened by that because they're on the sea. And they seem more entertained here, clapping and cheering, and I'm like, no, honestly, I'm actually warning you, there's totally monsters out there. But no.
Sorry. You remind me of someone I knew a long time ago.
I do?
Yeah. Where
Oh.
are you playing your next set?
Oh, my next set, I was going to, well, I wanted to go and play at the Nymph, but apparently you've got to pre-book there, and you've got to actually bathe after you've been traveling, so I'm going to give the Nymph a miss. I've already been to the Clam. They were great, so I've already performed there. I guess I'll probably just head over to the Fish after this.
Oh, well, I'll follow you and I'll listen to your next set.
Of course, that sounds wonderful.
How about that?
And she'll grab her stuff and she'll walk next to you as you head back to the Fish.
The fish! Yay! Back at the fish.
You get to the Fish and you can head in. It is getting a bit later now. Most people have left for the evening. There's yourself and just a few others. Rin will sit down on the edge of one of the tables, cross-legged. She gets her lute and she plays it nice and gently. And she starts to tell stories. Realizing you've already heard about the shark, she starts to tell other stories. She talks of a monster in the sea, a monster that cannot be slain, a monster that comes back as 2 or 3 or 4, a monster that is more deadly than anything anyone has seen before. You see the pain in her eyes as she then snaps back into it and goes into some more playful music and sings that the monster, of course, is no more. And she starts singing about this monster.
I'll quietly listen along. When she finishes the set, I will throw a few silver in.
Thank you. But I think I shall retire for the evening. Perhaps I will see you around tomorrow.
Maybe. I'll probably be leaving in the morning.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, good night.
It was nice to meet you.
And she heads down the corridor where your room is. And do you watch where she goes?
Sure.
You see her walking into one of the other bedrooms, basically.
Okay.
And you see her unlock it, and you can hear the door lock. And Tagfur starts to close up the tavern for the evening.
If I go about on the street, is there anything else? Is there any other ruckus going on?
Make a perception check.
13.
13. Out on the streets, it's quieting down now. It is very late. Most people have gone back home, and even the sound from the taverns has started to drop now.
Okay. I'll retire as well then.
Of course. You can head in, lock your door, get into bed with all your adventuring gear on.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sleeping
no,
with all
that's
my stuff on, yeah.
And you can close your eyes. Once drifted fully asleep, you're awoken by a tapping noise at your window. Do you look up at the window?
I do.
You see a crow at the window, tapping. As you look up at this crow, you notice that there is a piece of parchment attached to his leg. What do you wish to do?
I'm suspicious, and I unconsciously go down to my side, and then my hand kind of just spreads open, and then I put my hand then on an amulet that's around my neck.
Okay.
And I say an internal request, a prayer to Bahamut. I want to use my divine sense so I can sense a celestial, a fiend, or an undead within 60 feet.
Of course, yes. You use your divine sense. As you look around the room, and as you, I'm assuming specifically around the crow.
At the crow, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing. What does your divine sense normally look like?
So it's something that no one else could see, but when I, look at something that is from the celestial plane, or any plane that a fiend would come from, or something that has been risen, so undead, I would see an aura around them.
Okay. Looking around, nothing is giving you that aura that you have seen previously.
Okay, I walk
to your eyes. Yeah.
And open it.
Cool. You open the window, and the crow doesn't come in. It just sits there. And it just sits there with its leg expectantly, waiting for you.
Okay. I take the parchment.
As you take the parchment, the crow flutters away.
I open the parchment.
Of course. Rex, I'm glad you've returned. Meet me at the pier immediately. That's all it says.
I recognize the handwriting.
I do like an intelligence check, actually.
Intelligence. Ooh, 17.
17. The curved shape of the writing is writing you recognize. You can't quite put your finger on who it is,
Okay.
but you do recognize the writing.
I'll head down to the dock.
Of course. As you head down, you see a woman that you recognize, someone you once worked with, a member of the Rangers. Her long pale hair is tied back as she wears her traveling gear. Various weapons are on show. You know this woman as Lenara. She clocks you immediately, and she strides up towards you. She's in her early 30s. And she looks to you. Rex, I'm glad that you've returned.
You might not be.
Well, you returned 2 days ago? 1 day ago? When did you return?
Isn't that your job to know that type of thing?
It is. I just want to see if you're honest or not.
I arrived yesterday.
Well, you're the person that I need. I've done my snooping. I know you claimed not to be the person you once were, but I need the person you once were.
It's not possible.
Well, when I tell you this, it might be. What do you know of Arlo the Wizard?
Well, strangely, about as much as everybody else in this place. That he's a wizard called Arlo. And he put the plants there.
Yes, it's odd, isn't it?
It's an understatement.
Well, people have stories of this wizard. I thought it was weird. Everyone has all these stories about how this wizard is a long lost friend or whatever. Until I spoke to my own mother, and she told me that her and Arlo have gone out for lunch every single week for the last 30 years. She described these memories in detail to me. Rex, Arlo arrived 2 weeks ago. Nobody here saw him before that time. Everyone has these memories of him.
So why don't you?
That's the thing. The only people that don't seem to have these memories are the people that have been away. As soon as people are here for more than a couple of days, they start feeling this memory of him as if they know who he is. I only just returned as well. You speak to the fishermen, the sailors. They don't know him. You speak to the people who live here. Not only do they know him, they would do anything for him. I need to find out who he is. The only place I have found that is safe away from him is on the water. I've been living in my boat.
So, I guess the question is what you want me to do.
I want you to do what you do best. I want you to find out who he is, what he wants, and why he needs everybody here to be so calm about it. There's more to this. I need you to use all those years of skill and training. I need you to investigate this further. You are the man for this. You know you are.
Well, I can't use all my years of training. But I do have debt to pay. So
Well,
I'll help the best I can. Maybe
I'm here for a reason. Maybe there's a reason that I wasted a year to come back.
Maybe if you'd come back sooner, you would be as mindless as everyone else here. That's my boat over there. Get what you need. And if you could meet me there later,
Well,
I can go through everything.
I have everything I need.
Of course. Well, follow me.
Sure.
We'll move out to a safer part of the waters. And I can talk to you about everything. Although, nothing's safe out there. Wait until you see what lies beneath the sea currently. And she walks out ahead of you towards her boat. And that's where we'll end.
Hey! Oh! What's happening? What's going on with fucking Arlo? What the hell? That was awesome. Thank you very much, Robin. Well done, everybody.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Oliver, for being a wonderful player.
No problem at all. That was your first time DMing over stream, so congratulations. See, it's not that hard, is it? It's
Yay.
easy. Everyone can.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
Everyone can do it. Everyone can DM. Well.
Yes, everyone
well
should
done.
DM because time flies by.
Well done. And we also need lot more DMs as well. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm going to flip the music onto something a bit more upbeat. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be continuing this little adventure next Saturday at 3 p.m. GMT. You can catch. It will be available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts and Podbean, and all the rest of the places. Make sure you come and say hello to us in our Discord. If you already haven't, go check out our podcast where we chat D&D as well. Until next week. In fact, actually, what do we have coming up the next over on Twitch, Robin? What's on next?
Well, let me just have a quick look at our wonderful schedule. So we've actually got quite a few things coming up in the next couple of months, to be honest. The rest of November, we will be here every Saturday for this stream. So we'll be carrying on this campaign every Saturday at 3 p.m. GMT with our gaming on the Fridays and chatting on the Thursdays. Should we go into our December one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Got some quite cool announcements for December.
Yeah.
It's all available in the Discord. But in December, we are going to be guesting on an in-person streamed D&D game for 2 sessions. So we'll get to actually sit at a physical table and like speak to each other, like in
they
the same
actually
room.
invited us, like.
Right? So Roll the Damn Dice have invited us on to guest in their Christmassy, or sorry, their festive
Festival,
themed,
yeah.
yes, sorry, I should, it's festive themed game, which is going to be on Sunday the 4th and Sunday the 11th of December at 7 p.m. GMT. So a bit of a better timing
That
for
will be streamed
our
over
friends.
on Twitch, right? So.
Yeah, it'll be on Twitch, yeah. So I'll put all the links and everything in that a little bit closer to the time. So that'll be good fun. And then towards the end of December, we have a very special stream. Super special stream.
Super special.
Because everyone knows that the 31st of December is a very special day with lots of celebrations because it's Oliver's birthday.
It's New Year. I mean, it's...
So we're going to have an exciting birthday stream for Oliver, and Oliver's birthday stream goes straight on to having Roll's birthday. So it's going to be good fun. Good couple of months.
Yeah, look forward to it. Fantastic. Shall we see who we've got on the old raid?
Critical Misses is on currently. They are doing their talk show, their morning ritual talk show.
They are, yeah, that's all I have actually.
Yeah, they're chatting with Halfling Nikki, whom I do not know who Halfling Nikki is, but we could find out exactly who they are now if we head across to Critical Misses.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's go give Critical Misses a raid. Go give them some 2 having to roll. Love.
Until next week, though, we will see you later, and we love you all. Right.
Love
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.